Okay, let's unpack this. We're diving into the source material on the hotly anticipated Tesla Model 3 2026.
Right. And this update, it's a big one.
Yeah, a really deep dive today focusing hard on the power, you know, the acceleration, range, and maybe some of those engineering trade-offs.
The stuff that makes this what some sources are calling the quiet revolution.
Exactly. So our mission here is to help you quickly get your head around the performance stack. Base model right up to that, well, almost supercar speed.
And it's crucial you see the differences because the gap between the trims, it's actually quite significant.
Okay, so where do we start?
Let's begin with the standard rear-wheel drive. That's your entry point. Single electric motor.
Okay.
And it's putting out somewhere between 278 and maybe 295 horsepower.
Which sounds okay.
Well, here's the context. Even that base model gets you from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in like 5.8 to 6.1 seconds. Pretty respectable.
Right, respectable. But that's not the revolution part, is it? That comes next.
Precisely. The performance version, it's just a completely different animal.
How so?
It's got enhanced dual motors, so all-wheel drive, naturally. And the power jumps massively. Estimates are around 460, maybe even over 510 horsepower.
Wow. And acceleration.
Yeah.
That's the headline number, sure.
Oh, yeah. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour. The sources estimate 2.9 to 3.3 seconds.
2.9. That's territory usually reserved for, well, supercars costing way more.
Exactly. And a top speed listed at 262 kilometers per hour.
Okay, so how does it do that? What's the tech underneath?
Well, what's fascinating and kind of key to Tesla's approach is the drivetrain. All the Model 3s use a single-speed fixed-gear ratio transmission.
Single speed.
Yep. Super simple compared to a traditional Pars gearbox. No multiple gears, just one fixed ratio.
And that simplicity is the secret sauce for the speed.
It's a huge part of it. It means instant torque delivery, no lag, no shifting, just pure, immediate electric power. Plus, less complexity, less weight.
Fewer things to go wrong, maybe. You mentioned trade-offs earlier. Does that simplicity maybe put more stress somewhere else?
That's a really good question, actually. Fewer moving parts should mean better reliability, in theory. But delivering that kind of intense, instant acceleration repeatedly, it definitely puts strain on those fixed components, the motor, the single gear, long-term durability under that kind of stress. That's something you'd want to keep an eye on. It's that minimalist engineering trade-off.
Okay, so it's incredibly fast. But what about the other big EV promise range? Does all this performance kill the battery life?
Well, the sources suggest they've actually improved efficiency, too. Especially the long-range AWD model. That seems to be the range champion here.
How far are we talking?
Estimates put it between 346 and 363 miles per charge. That's over 547 kilometers. Better aerodynamics play a big part, apparently.
That's impressive. And charging. Still got the supercharger advantage.
Oh, absolutely. The long range and the performance trims, they can handle up to 250 kilowatts at a supercharger. Which means you can add like 282 kilometers of range in about 15 minutes. Makes road trips genuinely practical.
Okay, but there's a catch for the base model.
Yeah, the standard RWD saves you money, but it charges a bit slower, tops out around 170 kilometers. And the total range is less, around 321 miles or 517 kilometers. Still good, but it's a noticeable difference.
Right. Let's shift gears, so to speak. The driving experience itself. Ride quality. Tesla's taken some flack for that in the past. Any improvements?
Sources do confirm definite improvements, better sound insulation, and they mention this 360-degree acoustic glass. So the cabin should be significantly quieter, less road noise.
Okay, that's a plus for daily driving.
It is, but, and this is important, the performance model makes a compromise here.
The trade-off again. Stiffer ride.
Exactly. To handle that speed and power safely, it needs a much stiffer suspension setup, sportier components. You'll feel bumps and imperfect roads much more directly. Comfort takes a backseat to handling in that trim.
So you gain speed, you potentially lose some everyday comfort.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Now, what about the inside, the interface? That huge screen is still everything, right?
It is, and honestly, that remains probably the single biggest point of criticism across the sources we looked at.
The 15.4-inch screen controlling wipers, speed, climate, literally everything.
Yeah, pretty much everything critical. And the issue cited is ergonomics and potentially safety. Having to constantly look away from the road, tap through menus on a screen.
Without physical buttons or even a basic driver display or HUD.
Exactly. It demands visual attention away from driving. Compared to traditional controls or even a heads-up display, it's a very different philosophy, and one that gets flagged quite consistently as a drawback.
Okay, so wrapping this up, what's the takeaway for you, the listener?
I think the Model 3 2026 really looks like a masterclass in electric performance and range. That quiet revolution in power is definitely real.
But it comes with conditions.
Right. You have to fully buy into Tesla's minimalist, digital-first world and accept the known trade-offs, potentially less comfort in the fastest version, and this heavy reliance on the central screen for core functions.
Which brings us to a final thought.
Yeah, think about this. With almost every crucial driving function routed through that massive touchscreen, how long before regulators, or maybe just sheer consumer demand, push for bringing back some essential physical controls, for safety basics, even in these super high-tech cars?
Something for you to definitely mull over.